This is the Commodities, Scrap Metal, Recycling, and Economic Report, August 21st, 2023. U.S. weekly raw steel production rose slightly to 1.737 million tons, a 76.9% utilization rate versus 78% last year. This was on slow U.S. manufacturing, but good steel exports mostly to Mexico. The U.S. proposed tariffs this week on tin can sheet would help U.S. steel manufacturers, but would raise U.S. consumer prices. WTI crude oil price fell to $81.55 a barrel on the weakening Chinese economy and fears of U.S. higher interest rates. The U.S. weekly oil rig count fell to 520, the lowest in 17 months. This was on higher productivity per well and the strategy of controlled production to get higher prices. U.S. weekly crude oil production rose to 12.7 million barrels per day, the highest in about 3.5 years, as lower Saudi and Russian production raises prices. This allows the U.S. companies to increase production and profits. Scrap steel number one HMS price was steady at $330 gross ton on a good balance of supply and demand for U.S. scrap. Hot rolled coil steel price fell to $37.76 per hundredweight, which is $7.55 a ton. This was on low U.S. demand, but helped by the good U.S. steel export to Mexico we discussed. Copper price was steady at $3.72 a pound on slow Chinese growth hurting demand and prices, but low copper production and low inventories are supporting prices. Aluminum price fell to 97 cents a pound, which is $21.43 a metric ton on increased supply and weak Chinese demand. China's July industrial production increased 3.7% from last year, which was below the 4.4% forecast. Oil, natural gas, and ferrous metal production increased. U.S. July industrial production rose 1% from June, but it was down 0.23% from last July. Motor vehicles and parts jumped 5.2%. Also, electric utility output jumped due to our very high temperatures. U.S. July housing starts rose by 3.9% from June to 1.452 million annualized, but that was at the rate of the 1960s, 60 years ago. Single-family homes jumped the most despite mortgage rates at a 21-year high. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 780 points to 34,501 on concerns over higher for longer interest rates. It's interesting to note that as of June 30th, some major investors have positioned themselves for a future market downturn. Crushed car trailers by Ben Lee. Popular models are 48-foot or 53-foot long with gates or curtains. Note that Ben Lee only builds trailers with all new chassis, axles, and tires. Call us today for a quote at 734-722-8100. This report is brought to you by Ben Lee Roll-Off Trailers, Gondola Trailers, Lugger Trucks, and Roll-Off Truck Parts. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.